College football season fast approaching. People getting fired up. Nebraska football expectations pretty high around here. What do you think? My expectations are tempered.
I don't really expect a whole lot. I mean, just another 9 or 10 win season again. I mean, that's become the norm around here, and people are accepting of it. And I don't know. I think that the bar should be raised a little bit. I mean, we play more games overall over the course of the season now.
Yeah.
It's not like we play 11 games like back in the 80s and 90s and like that. And, I mean, it's better than the alternative of what we had with Bill Callahan a few short years ago, but it feels stale to me. I don't know about you, but the schedule's setting up.
The schedule's weak.
Yeah, well, the schedule's
let's be
really
honest.
weak.
The schedule's weak. It's going to get weaker when we move into the different divisions.
Sure.
But I mean, I can look at it right now and I see 3 losses easily.
I'm looking at the schedule, and I mean, I know you and I we've talked about UCLA, and we don't think that's
I don't. People are writing
that
that over like most people around here.
Sure.
I get the vibe they don't think it's going to be a problem at all.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come in here and beat us. They're essentially the same team.
Yeah.
We showed no signs of slowing them down. We can score on people. I don't think the offense is a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem is because everybody is touting the offense, how great it's going to be. It was already good.
Yeah.
Is it better? Maybe it is. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the defense. I don't think the defense is any better with a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
You're hanging your hats on these guys. Hopefully they're good. Maybe they will be. Maybe they won't be. But until we can show in big games that we can handle it, I don't think it's going to be a whole lot different.
I'm not gonna buy into Bo Pelini a whole lot quite yet. You know how everybody thinks that he's getting things turned around. And he's selling us that last season, before the season began, he's telling us, the defense is going to be better than the previous year, where the defense was all right. I mean, it wasn't that. There was a couple blowout games.
Yeah.
I mean, it was same old thing. I mean, it was last season they got exposed. And
I think it's gone down every year
Sure.
since Sue's been gone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you understand a guy of his caliber, but yeah, like you said, it's supposed to be better every year, and it's not. And it's not really to be expected, which is why I thought, was trying to pull the wool over people's eyes to say it would be better to begin with. But at this point, I mean, is he really in charge of the defense now?
Who knows? That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to really be part of inside the walls down there in Lincoln, and they keep people shut out. You don't really know what's going on. That's the. I don't know. I mean, I would like to believe.
I mean, looking at the schedule, what do you think? I say UCLA.
Well, Wyoming, I don't think is going to be a difficult game. Southern Miss, I don't think it's going to be a difficult game. UCLA, the thing that stands out most to me about Bo Pelini and losses, to me, it seems as if over the course of his tenure, it seems like games that they lose, you can pinpoint. They just get flat out coached.
Yeah, they're bad.
And last year, UCLA, that was inexcusable to me because that guy, Mora, he came from the NFL, or came from the NFL Network. He hasn't even coached in a few years, but he was an NFL coach, came in, established this staff of not even being together for about 6 months or whatever it was when they got established, put together, 6 to 9 months, whatever. Well, anyways, a very inexperienced coaching staff together as itself. But that's another thing. I think that Bo Pelini has done a poor job, and I could also blame Tom Osborne for that, is the coordinators that they've made hires of this last few years. Tim Beck is this highly touted offensive coordinator. Maybe so, offensively they're doing, but at the same time just coordinating the game, the flow of the games, and then defensively, Papuchis. I think that guy, I mean, he's got a lot to learn himself yet. It's upsetting to me because Nebraska's not a stepping stone type of a job. It should. I mean, we should have gone out and got some quality coordinators, or at least some. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of been the thing lately with our last few coaches. They don't seem to get the best coordinators for the job. But I see UCLA as a loss.
Right, I agree.
I see Michigan as a loss.
Oh,
I see Penn State probably as a loss this year. I mean, you could throw Michigan State's hard to say because they're going to have some new pieces themselves. So I give Nebraska that game, but
Well, and
you look at Michigan. That's a team that just like the year before when we beat Ohio State, it was Denard Robinson got injured. They didn't even play the guy that they're going to have now,
It's
who was
starter,
supposed to
right.
be, better than Denard Robinson. I mean, if you look at the teams that beat us, they're athletic teams. They're teams that play a lot of the style of our offense.
Yeah.
If you match the team with our offense against our defense, I can only imagine how bad our defense looks in practice some of the times, because they just can't handle that athleticism, and it comes down to coaching again, like you said. I mean, you look at Ohio State, ran basically the same plays over and over. Wisconsin ran the same plays over and over in the championship game. I don't know, even as a player though, don't you take something on yourself? Can't you recognize this? What are they doing out there? You can coach them up to a point.
Yeah.
You blame the coaches, but these guys they're seeing the plays.
Speaking of another game, I'm going to go point out the Northwestern game. I think
it's a dangerous game.
It's a dangerous game. They came here and 2 years ago and beat them in Lincoln, and last year that's another game. That's the thing of last season. Everybody feels really good about how last year was with the record and all that, but there was 3-4 games where a couple swings here or there, and that could have been. They could have lost 4 more games because they had 4 comeback games.
Could have lost to Michigan State. Penn State. The Iowa game was ugly.
Yeah.
Terribly ugly game.
Yep.
People are always going to be hopeful here. It's what we love. It's what we do here.
Right.
They're always going to be getting big red fever. It happens to me. It happens to you. But I just can't. You can only get so high anymore.
Right.
In my opinion. And a lot of these people are just delusional, which is the way Nebraska fans tend to be anyhow.
I was really upset with myself last season because all summer long I was like, no, I'm not going to buy in. And then after the very first game when we beat Southern Miss like 49-17 or something like that, I was like, oh boy.
I'm 0-12.
I'm real excited, man. I'm looking forward to it. It was 49-20, and I got really excited and thinking, oh, this is going to be great. When we go out, we have big time, prime time broadcast on Fox against UCLA, and that didn't go so well. The score was a whole lot closer than what it felt like, I don't really see anything to get too excited about.
I don't either. I think bottom line is it's spinning the wheels. I think it's going to be another high-octane offense, another high-octane defense, I guess, giving points away, if you want to say that. It's much the same story to me. I love Taylor Martinez, and I think he's really matured over the years. I think he gets a bad rap here a lot of times. I think it's I've never seen a player so divided among the fan base, where a lot of guys really love him. A lot of people really don't like him, but he's the best thing we got going offensively. Right. And, he takes a lot of that upon himself. And, judge him personality-wise if you want, but it's about how you play.
Yeah.
And, I like the way he plays. Turnovers have always been a problem. I think you're going to get what
you
get.
I think that's exactly what you just said. You're going to
improve.
No,
you know what you're getting, and that's the risk that they take, I think, as an offense anyway.
Right.
The fumble, you'd love to see the fumbles cut down by the whole team. It's
right.
been a problem basically since Pelini's been here, which, it's upsetting, but from Taylor's perspective, that's just what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy that's flying 100 miles an hour all the time. There's going to be mistakes, but a defense, it doesn't matter how many points you score when your defense puts you right back out there again. So I got them losing 3 games. I think UCLA, Michigan, I think those are for sure losses, and I think they'll probably lose at Penn State. So a 3-loss season.
Yeah, I guess out of a 12-game schedule, and I'd say 3 to 4 losses. I'll probably set the over-under 9.5 wins, I guess, and I'll take the under.